a 3,000-year-old Egyptian statue to ancient human ancestors in China. Here are 10 recent mysterious archaeological discoveries.
This is Throwback Thursdays.
And before getting underway, let's thank Andy Crowley Sr. for writing, "I love your videos, bro. Keep up the good work." Hey, thanks, Andy. We plan to do just that, and we always appreciate it when we receive great comments like yours from our subscribers. So, good on you, bruh. Number 10. Stone Age styling. The skeleton of a man dated at 7,000 years old was discovered in southern France, and it looks like he went out in style. The skeleton was found still wearing a jacket that was intricately adorned with deer teeth and seashells. Experts say the jacket contained 158 seashells and 16 deer teeth. While the jacket's cloth decayed over time, scientists used 3D modeling technology to recreate an approximation of what it may have looked like. But reassembling the man's skeleton was impossible because so many bones were missing. Archaeologists say the fellow would have been between 20 to 50 years of age and stood around 5.5 feet tall. The discovery of seashells and animal teeth embroidered into the jacket suggests that Neolithic Europeans engaged in international trade. Strange sacrifices. Graves dated to the 11th century have recently been excavated on the Yamal Peninsula of Siberia. 4 people were buried in the fetal position, 3 women and a man, and all 4 displayed evidence of medical issues like spinal trauma or dislocated shoulders. Experts think the people were likely used as ritualistic human sacrifices. The man showed signs of having been set on fire after he died. While some of the graves had been robbed, the rings and pendants buried with one woman still remained with her, as was a face mask made from an animal hide. Archaeologists say they haven't found any medieval burials in the region similar to this, and they don't know what significance such rituals may imply. It's hoped that further study will reveal more about this mysterious group. The 12th Scroll Cave, a cave located near the Dead Sea's northwestern shore that contains bits of broken jars and iron artifacts, might have contained something else, an addition to the Dead Sea Scrolls. They're the world's oldest biblical manuscripts, but some experts believe that there are more that have gone undiscovered. No literature was found in the cave west of Qumran, but researchers say it's the first such cave discovered in more than 6 decades and could potentially represent a 12th Dead Sea Scroll cave. While excavating the site, archaeologists found partial scroll wrappings and string used to tie scrolls, and a piece of leather thought to belong to the scrolls. Contents of the broken storage jars had likely been removed by looters, but researchers found a fragment of parchment being processed for writing that was rolled up into a jug, and because of that, some experts feel the cave did once contain scrolls that were later stolen. The Lionheaded Goddess. An archaeological mission in Egypt has discovered more than 60 statues of a lion-headed warrior goddess. They were located at the tomb of Amenhotep III and were intended to shield him from the forces of evil. Researchers also found a large statue of that pharaoh at the same site located near Luxor. Sekhmet was sometimes called the protector of the sun god Ra and was considered to be a powerful deity. Maybe that helps explain why several of the 66 statues were found in such excellent condition. Dating back more than 3,000 years, they even withstood an earthquake that destroyed the temple. Once restored, the statues of Sekhmet are expected to be returned to their original locations at the temple. Canoe-shaped tombs. A huge cluster of tombs along with thousands of ancient burial items were found in China recently. 180 coffins were estimated to have been buried more than 2,000 years ago, across an area equivalent to that of 2 football fields. They were found near Shangdi, and all the coffins are shaped like canoes. Experts say that's part of a burial ritual employed by the ancient peoples who inhabited southern China. The findings were part of an excavation effort that lasted for more than a year. The tombs held more than 500 pieces of bronze, including weapons, various containers, and jewelry. In addition to all that, hundreds of pieces of pottery, lacquer, and 8 seals were discovered. The bronze items have been put on display at a local museum. It's hoped the discovery will help researchers to better understand ancient lifestyles and burial rituals of the region. a road less traveled. An ancient road measuring about a mile long was discovered in Israel when the area was being dug up for a water pipeline. Now, archaeologists say the road once connected Jerusalem to the Roman Empire more than 2,000 years ago. Coins featuring the likeness of Pontius Pilate were found between the road's pavement stones near the village of Mata. Experts say the road would have linked a Roman settlement of the period to a main highway identified as the Emperor's Road, and that served as a main artery leading to Jerusalem. Because milestones, or those stones marking distances, have been found bearing the name of Hadrian, experts think the road was built during the reign of that Roman emperor. The Israeli Antiquities Authority plans to leave the discovery in its original place. And by the way, did you know the Romans are thought to be the first to construct stone roads in Israel? The Lost City of the Monkey God. Now that sounds kind of like an Indiana Jones adventure, especially considering the mysterious jungle city was said to have a curse that protected it from intruders. But after lying untouched for more than 600 years, the lost city was recently found in the rainforests of Honduras. A group of explorers that visited the area found sculptures and dozens of other items that the jungle city's inhabitants had left behind. The lost city was actually located with laser imaging gear loaded onto a plane that scanned hundreds of miles of the jungle. 3D computer models of the area were created that pinpointed the explorers' destination, but reaching the city entailed dealing with treacherous terrain, dangers like attacks from deadly pit vipers, and the infamous curse, which is actually a flesh-eating disease transmitted by a sandfly, which can cause your face to fall off. As for the original inhabitants who are thought to have worshipped a monkey god, their sudden disappearance remains a mystery, and because the area is a hot zone for the deadly disease, the city's curse may prevent experts from ever knowing the complete truth. Straight out of China. Now, it's generally held that the ancestors of modern humans emerged from Africa, then dispersed across the planet. But a discovery made in China could challenge that theory. Ancient human fossil remains were found, suggesting that Neanderthals may have reached East Asia and interbred around 100,000 years ago. 2 skulls were found in Zhejiang, that's the pronunciation we found anyway, and that's located in central China. 16 skull fragments were found in 2007, and additional remains were located in 2014. A total of 45 fossilized cranial remains have been found in the region over the years and are referred to as the Zhejiang Man. The fossils are thought to date back as far as 130,000 years. Experts say the skulls appear to possess characteristics of Neanderthals, modern humans, and Chinese hominids, but the specimens have yet to undergo DNA analysis. Some scientists believe Zhejiang Man could validate the multi-regional hypothesis, which suggests modern humans began to appear around the same time in Asia, Africa, and Europe, and that contradicts the more widely accepted out-of-Africa hypothesis. What do you think? Buried Palace. In 2014, ISIS militants destroyed Iraq's Nebi Yunus shrine in Mosul. The shrine is said to contain the tomb of Jonah, or Yunus, as he is identified in the Quran. That incident sparked a global outrage, but the location was retaken by Iraqi forces earlier in 2017, and now archaeologists have made some incredible discoveries, including a palace located underneath the ruins that dates back to around 600 BC, meaning it could have lain undiscovered for some 2,600 years. Experts found that ISIS militants had dug tunnels deep below the shrine in an effort to find loot, and those tunnels led to finding the ancient buried palace. Rumors of a palace located near the shrine had long been circulated, but previous excavations never burrowed as deep as the ISIS tunnels. Sculptures carved into the tunnel walls are thought to date back around 2,000 years, but it could take a while for experts to make a full excavation. The ISIS tunnels were not built by professionals, meaning they could collapse at any time and seal off the palace. A colossal discovery. An immense relic found in a Cairo slum is being called one of the most important discoveries ever. A 26-foot statue was found in the groundwater of a local district, and experts say it probably depicts the likeness of Pharaoh Ramesses II, who ruled in Egypt more than 3,000 years ago. The statue was located near the ruins of Ramesses Temple in Heliopolis in present-day Cairo. The bust of the statue and a portion of the head was excavated by Egyptian and German researchers. They also discovered a limestone statue of Ramesses' grandson, Pharaoh Seti II, who ruled during the 12th century BC. The upper part of that statue measured around 2.5 feet long. While the larger statue could not be definitively identified from its engravings, experts believe it is Ramesses II due to its close proximity to the entrance of the pharaoh's temple, suggesting it does represent the ruler. Did you know Ramesses II ruled from 1279 to 1213 BC and was the most celebrated and powerful pharaoh of ancient Egypt? He expanded the Egyptian empire from Syria to Nubia and was known to build more temples than any other pharaoh.